The direct predecessor of the Protocols can be found in the pamphlet Dialogues in Hell between Machiavelli and Montesquieu, published by the non-Jewish French satirist Maurice Joly in 1864. In his dialogues, which make no mention of the Jews, Joly attacked the political ambitions of Emperor Napoleon III, using the imagery of a diabolical plot in hell. The dialogues were caught by the French authorities soon after their publication, and Joly was tried and sentenced to prison for his pamphlet. Joly's dialogues, while intended as political satire, soon fell into the hands of the German anti-Semite named Hermann Godesch, writing under the name of Sir John Ratcliffe. Godesch was a postal clerk and a spy for the Prussian secret police. He had been forced to leave the postal work due to his part in forging evidence in the prosecution against the Democratic leader Benedict Waldeck in 1849. Godesch adapted Joly's dialogues into a mythical tale of Jewish conspiracy as part of a series of novels entitled Biarritz, B-I-A-R-R-I-T-Z, which appeared in 1868 in a chapter called The Jewish Cemetery in Prague and the Council of Representatives of the 12 Tribes of Israel. He spins the fantasy of the secret Centennial Rabbinical Conference, which meets at midnight and whose purpose is to review the past 100 years and to make plans for the next century. Godesch's plagiary of Joly's dialogues soon found its way into Russia. It was translated into Russian in 1872, and a consolidation of the Council of Representatives under the name Rabbi's Speech appeared in Russian in 1891. These works no doubt furnished the Russian secret police with a means in which to strengthen the position of the weak Tsar Nicholas II and discredit the reforms of the liberals who sympathized with the Jews. During the Dreyfus case of 1893 to 1895, agents of the Okhrana, the Russian secret police, in Paris redacted the earlier works of Joly and Godesch into a new edition which they called the Protocols of the Elders of Zion. The manuscript of the Protocols was brought into Russia in 1895 and was printed privately in 1897. The Protocols did not become public until 1905 when Russia's defeat in the Russo-Japanese War was followed by the revolution in the same year, leading to the promulgation of the Constitution and the institution of the Duma. In the wake of these events, the Reactionary Union of the Russian Nation, or Black Hundreds organization, sought to incite popular feeling against the Jews, who they blamed for the revolution and the Constitution. To this day, they use the Protocols, which was first published in public edition by the mystic priest Sergius Nilus in 1905. A variant text of the Protocols was published by George Boutmy in 1906 and again in 1907. The edition of 1906 was found among the Tsar's collection, even though he had already recognized the work as a forgery. In his later editions, Nilus claimed that the Protocols had been read secretly at the First Zionist Congress at Bastille in 1897, while Boutmy in his edition wrote that they had no connection with the new Zionist movement, but rather were a part of the Masonic conspiracy. In the Civil War following the Bolshevik Revolution of 1917, the reactionary white armies made extensive use of the Protocols to incite widespread slaughters of Jews. At the same time, Russian immigrants brought the Protocols to Western Europe, where the Nilus edition served as the basis for many translations, starting in 1920. Just after its appearance in London in 1920, Lucien Wolff exposed the Protocols as a plagiary of an earlier work by Joly and Godesch in a pamphlet of the Jewish Board of Deputies. The following year, in 1921, the story of the forgery was published in a series of articles in the London Times by Philip Grave, who was the paper's correspondent in Constantinople. A whole book documenting the forgery was also published in the same year in America by Herman Bernstein. Nevertheless, the Protocols continued to circulate widely. They were even sponsored by Henry Ford in the United States until 1927.